You want to talk about sports?
Yes, I want to talk about sports.
You want to get a real job? You want to talk about sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
All right, sports it is.
Welcome to Tony's Upset. I'm your host, Tony Chinelli, with my co-host, Gianni Chinelli. How are you, G?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
I am fantastic.
Awesome. Well, today I wanted to do things a little bit different. So here at Tony's Upset, of course, you're Tony. And something that we talk about, if you look at the description or maybe the title of the episode, is that you have been diagnosed with autism since a young age. And we really haven't gotten a chance to talk about that yet on the podcast. And I really wanted to just start talking about that a little bit on the podcast. Because sure, we're here for sports, but we're also here to lift up the autistic community. And I don't know, what would you say, Tony? What would you say your image?
Absolutely, yes. So you guys know that I love sports, but I also want to be that figure for somebody with autism.
Specifically, do you think you have anyone right now that has autism that you can look up to in the sports world?
There's not really nobody that really has autism in the sports world now.
Well, tonight we plan to talk about the UFC fight between Poirier and Holloway on July 19th. Before we jump into that, Tony, I want to talk to you about your experience with autism.
Okay.
At what age did you realize that you had autism, and what was your life in processing that?
So I don't know what age, but I know Mom and Dad always tell a story. When I was younger, a teacher might have said that I might have a disability. There was a time that I know that he tells this baseball story, which I hate. I used to be really good at hitting baseballs, but I struggled one time with hitting baseballs, and I would say about 7, 8 years old, I realized how tough my world was going to be in life. In school, I was not the popular kid. I was always by myself. I was really lonely a lot of times. I told myself I wasn't going to cry, but
It's okay to cry.
It's an emotional one.
It's your life. You're allowed to cry. But you gotta cry into the mic. That's showbiz.
Sorry.
You're okay. He's fanning himself.
Yes, we that.
Okay. Take your time, dude. It's tough to talk about. So
It is tough. It's very tough.
You were talking about the loneliness in school?
Oh, yep. I once ate lunch on the floor by myself.
Why did you eat lunch on the floor by yourself?
I mean, I just had friends and stuff, Johnny. I was never the popular one.
You were never the popular one?
It was just hard. It was hard for me to connect with people. I was just a lone wolf out sometimes, and I just felt like by myself. Even I thought I had friends, they were never really my friends.
Why do you think so? Do you think it was like pity? Do you think it was like charity? Or do you think it was that they just didn't know how to connect and relate to you?
I don't think they know how to connect to me.
So you don't think it was intentionally evil as much as it's like they just didn't know?
I don't think they knew, I mean, you want me,
It's your podcast. You can say whatever you want.
I tried, yeah, did I do some weird things? Gee, yeah, but I was not, sorry.
You're okay. It's a big deal.
I know.
I think it's the first time you've publicly opened up about your journey with autism. So let me ask some questions. School was hard.
Yes.
Sports, you had mentioned dad with baseball. I actually think, since I think you've had autism your whole life, and it's worth bringing up for the audience. When we use the term autism, and if you're going to have to forgive us if we fail to use person first language as well. This has been Tony and I's lived experience our entire lives. Now, I am not on the autism spectrum, but I've been with Tony my entire life. And that being said, autism, it's kind of hard to explain because about 10 to 15 years ago in the early 2000s, there were, it feels like 40 or 50 different words for autism. And there were a bunch of different diagnoses you could get. There was a bunch of different disorders they could label you with. And if you didn't really fit the bill of any of them, it was really hard to get government assistance. It was really hard to get individual education plans or IEPs at school. It was hard to get support unless you had a label. So, although I don't think autism is a perfectly descriptor of Tony, what they've kind of done recently is moved all those diagnoses under one umbrella of autism, and they call it a spectrum. And for some people, it's more intellectual. Sometimes it's more physical. Sometimes it's more emotional or intellectual. And maybe that's something we can talk about in detail on the podcast in the future. But I think the audience should know that Tony, his autism, I would say, manifests mostly in motor skills, social skills, although I think you've developed greatly in that. Part of that is just being a host at the family restaurant.
Yes.
And being forced to talk to people. And, you can't talk to people about sports unless you know how to talk to people. So I think that's been awesome. And then the other one is CDK13, which is a rare genetic gene issue, for lack of a better word. We can talk about that again in the future as well. But Tony, before I continue to talk about things, is there anything else you want to talk about in your journey, maybe from a sports perspective, or whether or not people thought you could even do broadcasting?
I've been through some trouble. I know that going through the teasing and stuff, and my brother or anybody in my family would tell you, I've always wanted to do stuff in sports growing up, but there was a time that I didn't even want to do this because I was kind of afraid. I was afraid. I knew how bad with the teasing and bullying was. I knew that my voice isn't always that strong and stuff, and I don't know, it just kind of shut out my sports world. And then I know my dad found Full Sail University for me, and even though when we spoke to this, I kind of wanted to be behind the scenes. And then before even I started at Full Sail, I had somebody at Full Sail University contacted my dad, who didn't think that I was going to be able to do this work because people with autism, they don't really speak up that much. But if you should know, from my intro, I now have finished college at Full Sail University, and I have a bachelor's degree. But during my school years at Full Sail University, I found my love for sports again. I found my passion, my love of talking sports, and just told myself, if you love me, you'll love me, but if you hate me, oh well.
It's powerful. And I've told Tony, and I think the audience knows this already, you can only get better. This is episode 5 for us if you don't include the trailer. What that means then is hopefully people are listening to episode 200 and we tell them to go back and listen to episode 5 where you first opened up about this, right? And at episode 200, you come across calm and confident and as powerful as I know you can be. And that just amazes people that you even started like this. Because as I've told you before, fail in front of 5 people so that you can succeed in front of however many you want, right?
What?
Tony, is there anything else you want to share for now about autism or your journey with autism?
No, but if anybody out there who's listening to this and wants to share their story, please email us.
Awesome. I love that. Now let's talk about that UFC fight. Tony, give me the details. July 19th, there's a fight happening between who?
Yes, Johnny. It's Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier, and this is the 3rd time they have fought.
The 3rd time?
Yes.
Who won the first one?
Poirier has won both of the fights.
And why is Holloway coming back for thirds?
So,
Doesn't he know his place? I'm kidding.
Well,
this man could probably demolish
I
me.
bet he does, but he wants...
Is it money?
No, it's for the BMF belt.
What is that?
Baddest Mother.
Oh, you can't say that. Okay, that's why. The baddest mofo belt.
Yes, absolutely.
I got it. Okay, so who do you have winning the fight?
I have Poirier. It's also his retirement fight, and the fighting in his hometown, which he's been in the UFC since 2012 or 2011. He has never fought in his town. He might have done it in the amateurs, but in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Did they ever do fights in Baton Rouge?
Yes, they have. Like 10 years ago.
Who did we watch Poirier fight like a year ago?
It was the Michael Chandler one.
That was a really good fight, wasn't it? Okay. So Poirier is fighting Holloway now, right?
Yes.
Holloway's a good fighter?
Absolutely.
Is he up-and-comer or an established vet?
Oh, he's an established vet.
You can tell how much I know. Okay, so is there a reason why they're having this third fight if Poirier's won the last two? Do you think Holloway has a chance now?
I think, yes, he does have a chance, but I just think with Poirier being his final fight and...
At home?
Yes, at home. But why are they doing this? Well, they both have history. Holloway has been a champion before. Poirier, he's been an interim champion, but not really.
He's been the interim champion, but never the champion.
Yep.
If he wins this fight, does he become the champion or no?
No, but it's
a respect thing, though.
This belt is for
honor, basically.
Yes, it's...
Okay. So...
What you say, it's just a made-up belt.
That's fair. Tony, tell me, what is their fighting style, both of these guys?
I would say they're both boxing, will come straight at you and go man to man.
Tony's throwing fists at me right now, and I'm a little terrified. How's their grappling? Do they do jiu-jitsu? Is that their style, or not at all?
So, Holloway does not do any grappling.
Is he just a striker?
He is a striker.
Okay.
Poirier, he'll mix it up. He always says he has the best guillotine, but it actually sucks. Yes.
So,
but he'll go for the guillotine to never get it.
So, does he usually win fights by knockouts, or how does he usually win? Submission?
Knockouts.
Okay. That's fair. So, I mean, they're both strikers, you said,
yes.
Right? Okay. So, big fight. Are you going to be watching it if you're not working?
Yes.
Absolutely. You know what? What if we went to a Buffalo Wild Wings and watched it?
I would love that.
That'd be awesome. All right. Tony and I will do it. Eventually, it'd be really cool to do a live show from a Buffalo Wild Wings. Mm-hmm. If we can get 2,000 listeners per episode, I promise Tony right now, we will do a Buffalo Wild Wings live show if they will let us. Tony, before we close out today, anything else you want to share?
Nope, I am good.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Have a great day. Bye, y'all. I promise Tony right now, we will do a Buffalo Wild Wings live show if they will let us. Maybe Buffalo Wild Wings will say 2,000 listens isn't enough, but I think it's a good step forward.